Hey everyone, it's Victor here, and welcome to scotTRANS. Now, today we are talking about the benefits of HRT. Last week we were talking about what HRT is, so today we're going to talk about all the good stuff about it. Now, again, this is probably going to be very much from a trans-masculine side of things, because that is my area of expertise. I don't know very much about trans-feminine experience, but I will try to cover that and discuss that as well, to the best of my ability. One of the big things that is great about HRT is body fat redistribution. Now, depending on what hormone you take, if you take testosterone or estrogen, the fat around your body will move to different areas that are more associated with a masculine appearance or a feminine appearance. So for testosterone, you'll get your fat on your tummy area, generally. Kind of moves to there, that's sort of the masculine area where you store fat. But in other respects, you will lose fat in your chest and your hips, and it will basically just move around your body. It goes on your face a little bit, changes your facial structure. The same is for trans women and people who go on estrogen. The fat will go in the opposite places, onto their hips, grow breasts. You get the general gist. So that is a big thing about HRT, and that's what most people absolutely love about it, is the fat distribution. Wow. The fat redistribution. There we go. Because that can help so much with dysphoria. That can really alleviate a lot of body dysphoria just through fat. I'm not going to say that anymore. Just through the moving of your fat to different areas of your body. There. That's good enough. When your fat does shift to different areas of your body, it can make certain surgeries much easier. For trans men, chest surgery becomes much easier when the breasts have reduced, because then you can do cleaner surgery, better work on the surgery, because the final results are more generally realistic, less scarring. It's just overall good that HRT can reduce the breast size. Another thing for trans guys on testosterone, voice change. That is a big one. Thickening of the vocal cords. That is a big positive, because that can help with passing and just alleviating dysphoria in general about your voice, making you more confident, making you want to speak out more, express yourself, because you're not hiding behind your voice anymore. So that's a real big positive. Another thing can be mood changes in a positive sense. This again is kind of different for everyone else. It really depends on who you are as a person and your experience and your life and what's going on. But you can get a lot of positive mood changes from HRT. I certainly have experienced the positive side of mental changes and mood changes. Just feeling more rounded and centered within yourself and happier, and everything just makes more sense. I feel like my brain is now lining with the hormones in my body, and the world is just becoming... It just makes more sense. Like, the way I react to things is more how I always should have reacted to things. If you want, it's hard to describe, but before I started testosterone, I was very over-emotional. I would cry a lot. I would be very irrational and kind of jealous and weird. And after starting T, I feel like I've just chilled out, like I've mellowed, and I'm reacting to things much more logically. I'm not crying as much, because that is another thing. Testosterone makes you not able to cry. Well, you can cry, but it's harder. For me, that's a bonus, because I cried a lot. Again, this is another personal choice thing, but more body hair or less body hair. I'm not sure if estrogen reduces the amount of hair that you grow. I feel terrible because I don't know these things. But anyway, for trans guys, taking testosterone it does increase your body hair. That's like one of the most common things that happens on testosterone. And that is definitely personal choice, because some people don't like body hair. I personally quite like it. I've been getting more on my arms and on my stomach, and of course facial hair as well is a big plus. So that's what testosterone brings to the table. Testosterone also makes it easier for you to build muscle. If you're into that, I certainly am. I'm trying to build muscle all the time, and it is much easier, and I'm seeing more progress. So muscle mass, getting more muscle mass is much easier when you're on testosterone. It just happens it's great. Obviously you do have to work out, you do still have to work for it, but it is easier. Another thing, which is of course completely personal to every single person, but your sex drive does increase, which can be a positive and a negative for some people. A lot of people that find this a positive means they have more confidence in that area. They feel like their relationships are stronger. Again, everyone's different, but for me, that's definitely been a positive. Also in that same area, bottom growth is another thing, which doesn't happen for some people, but that basically is the growth of clitoris, which can make bottom surgery much easier. It also can increase your confidence sexually as well. So that is a bonus for people. Again, very personal. For some people that can be a negative though. So for a lot of people it's a positive. But in general, I feel like HRT, for me anyway, I am speaking from personal experience, just makes you feel more rounded as a person and happier in general, and just makes you feel really affirmed in your body and in your gender. Before I started testosterone, I felt very lost. I felt like my mind wasn't aligned with my body. And even though I haven't had all the changes yet, even though my changes are small at the moment, I feel very affirmed. And I just feel like my body's much more male. Like, it's not just my mind, if you know what I mean. Like, it's weird, like, just the feeling connected to your body. It's a very odd feeling, and it's a very good feeling. Feeling like your mind is finally joining with everything. So yeah, I just feel generally happier and more chill, and I definitely think a lot of people experience that. That is probably one of the most common things, is just feeling like it's right, like everything fits together again. But I'm talking too much about my personal HRT journey, which we will talk about in another video. I think that's kind of everything that I can think of today of the positives of HRT. We're going to be doing the negatives or the risks of HRT in the next video, which is good to talk about because we need to talk about the things that we are worried about and the things that can go wrong, because it's always good to have positives and negatives to things so you can weigh them up and see if they are right for you, if they're worth taking those risks for. My experience is they are worth taking the risks for, personally. But anyway, I hope this video was informative. I hope it helped you in some way. I hope it was entertaining. I'm sorry I can't say redistribution. Just said it there. Wow. Isn't that just the way? I hope you're having a lovely day. Remember to watch everyone else's videos for this week and just binge watch the channel if you've got nothing else to do today. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next Sunday.